Всем привет, с вами Марина. Сегодня мы начинаем прохождение второй части Депонии «Взрывное приключение». Так, у меня возникла некоторая проблема. Вот, как вы можете наблюдать, внизу записывается панель, где пуск. У меня вот она, да. Игра в окне. Ну, по этой причине, конечно, она будет записываться в полном экране. Почему-то она не записывается. Поэтому вот так. Как ее убрать, я не знаю. Не получается. Поэтому, ну, будем терпеть. Ладно. Настройки звуковые я сделала. Начнем новую игру. Да. Ну, вот это, собственно, выбираем.
Huh? What's this all about? Isn't that Ms. Hinkle's junk press?
No, that's the junk press from my trawler. You need to help me fix it.
Yeah, but it looks exactly like Ms. Hinkle's junk press from the tutorial in Part 1.
So what? Who's going to notice? Those who played Part 1 don't even need a tutorial.
Yeah, but I bet they're gonna play it through anyway, because they just can't get enough of me. Count me out. I'm definitely not gonna suffer through this whole tutorial thing again. I mean, it was stupid enough the first time around.
Ah, come on. A little repetition can't hurt.
Then how do you explain this blister? That is where I burned myself when I repeatedly put my hand on a hot stove.
You never learn, do you?
Au contraire, I have a nearly photographic memory.
Do you now? So, do you remember how to use the interface in order to talk to someone?
Yes, of course.
Go ahead. Talk to me.
Забыл.
Just point the cursor at me and left click as soon as the speech balloon icon appears.
No prompting!
Так, ну мы начинаем опять с обучения, так же, как и в первой части, и даже локация та же, только у нас был в первой части Вензель, а здесь Боза. Так, давайте посмотрим.
That's
на Бозу.
Bozo, the old pirate.
I am not a pirate, just a
Опять
simple
пират.
junk dealer.
Really? That's the first time I heard that.
That's because you never listen to me. I also told you to talk to me, not to take a closer look at me.
So what? Why would I take orders from a filthy pirate?
Так, давайте.
Talk to Bozo.
You don't have to say that aloud.
Hey, who's talking to you?
Hello there. You clicked on me.
Yeah, and I regret it already. But you see, there's nothing left here that you could teach me. You don't even know,
Я буду проходить эти обучения, потому что они прикольные. Здесь тоже хватает юмора. Мне интересно. Как осмотреть предмет?
how to look at an object.
But I already know that.
I see. And how?
I point at it with my mouse cursor and right-click when the eye icon appears.
Nonsense. That's not an eye. It's a ping-pong ball.
With a pupil.
Yeah, it's loaded.
Why would they use a loaded ping-pong ball as an icon for the action examine?
I'm about to demonstrate that using the small object lying on the ground over there by pointing the cursor at it and right-clicking as soon as the ping-pong ball appears.
I'm holding my breath.
Инь.
What's that?
It's the reactor lead head.
But it was a cathode plunger in the last game.
It's the lead head, believe me. You need it to repair the press.
And how exactly am I going to do that if I can't even pick the thing up?
Sure you can pick it up. Just point at it with the mouse to make the hand icon appear. Then left-click to pick it up.
Oh, no, this has to be easier.
Так, подбираем.
Huh? Where'd it go?
You put it in your inventory. You know, where all your items go. You pick the thing up. Now use the mouse wheel to open the inventory.
Hey, there it is.
Exactly. Now, this is your inventory.
I knew that.
Here you can view all the stuff you're lugging around. You remember how to do that, don't you?
Странно.
And? Any luck combining them?
I'm working on it.
Click on one of the two items with the hand icon to attach it to your mouse pointer. Then click on the other item to combine them.
Да, понятно, понятно. У меня почему-то инвентарь... Ага. Инверсия произошла. Мне, чтобы его открыть, мне нужно колесико вверх крутить, а чтобы закрыть вниз. Хотя наоборот должно быть открыть вниз, а закрыть вверх. Ладно, неважно, объединяем. Привыкнем.
Look here, Bozo. I fixed the part.
I won't believe that until I see it in operation.
I know. My handyman skills are really incredible.
Смотри, вот.
Look here, Bozo. I fixed the part.
I won't believe that until
I know. My handyman skills are really incredible.
Я ж показываю тебе.
So this is the thing I'm supposed to fix.
Right. But you need to be careful.
Hey, being careful is for people who can't handle surprises.
But in this case, the surprise would be the piston of the press, which, with all the force of an approaching steamroller, would crush your...
Don't say it. You're spoiling my surprise.
When you're ready, you need to...
No prompting.
Whatever.
Так, кнопка, непримечательный паз. Все, у нас больше нету, да? Ничего, ладно, вставляем.
It fits.
Next you need to...
Hey, you don't have to spoon feed me. I'll manage the rest.
Whatever.
Так,
When
нажимаем.
you're ready, you need to...
Hold your horses, will ya? It's just a button. I think I can manage without your help.
Rufus, don't! You're standing right under the...
Don't panic. You don't think I'd fall for the same feeble gag twice. So, what was that again? I push this button here, and then...
Didn't look all that feeble to me.
Ой.
They came out of nowhere. With their cruisers, plasma weapons, and mechanical beards. Organized. They took our village by force. They left nothing behind but tears and devastation. They were looking for gold and Elysium, the girl that fell from the sky. And only one person was prepared to save her. He woke her up, contacted her fiancé, and took her to the lower Ascension station, only to learn the shocking truth once he got there. Cletus, Gold's fiancé, wasn't acting out of love. He had an agreement with Ulysses, the mysterious leader of the Organon, and Argus, his right hand. They needed the Ascension codes, hidden away in Gold's brain implant, and they wanted to erase her memory. They wanted to make sure no Elysian would ever know that our world is inhabited. For their goal was terrible beyond imagination. They wanted to blow up our world. But they had failed to reckon with the One. He swapped the cartridges. And he restored Gold's memory so that she could bear the truth to Elysium. The name of this one man, this selfless hero, was Rufus.
И игра зависла.
That wasn't the whole story, was it?
That was the first part. I think it's going to be a trilogy.
Sounds a bit unbelievable.
Yeah, unbelievably cool.
But if it really all happened like that, shouldn't I be on my way to Elysium with Cletus? So what are you doing here? Where is Cletus? Why am I unable to remember any of this? And forgive me for asking, but... Why is there a burning saw blade stuck in the side of the ship?
Oh, that. Oh, well, I was about to get to that part. So listen up. Da 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 dun 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 dun.
You're being pathetic, again about accurate bacteria in the fridge. It's getting boring, but packing bags due to dirty socks I threw to lampshades, rim borders on Anadon's gone. Didn't I explicate it? Are you still not persuaded? There's cracks growing on your tympanic membrane. Remember Deponia, self-sacrifices and blood. Gosh, now I have to start all over again. Start all over again.
Trash. Trash. And more trash.
Isn't it adorable?
Док из первой части.
Yeah, sure. Hard to imagine I ever wanted to leave here.
Ah, Rufus. This is the lad I was telling you about.
What? Him?
Это его бабулька,
From
видимо.
what you told me, I had imagined a smart young man, not a filthy bum.
There's more to him than meets the eye. When I first met him, Rufus was still a... How shall I put this?
Just say it. I was a self-indulgent slob, but I'm steadily improving.
That's right. Right now, for example, he is helping Bozo to get the trawler shipshape.
So I am. I was going to ask you whether I can borrow your hammer.
No problem. You can take it from my toolbox over there.
Thanks, Doc. You're the best.
I still don't know, really. Something just doesn't seem right about that boy.
But Grandma Utz, whatever are you talking about?
Так, смотрим. Дверь в туалет, кнопка слива, кнопка. Вот ящик, очевидно, с молотком. Так, док и бабуля. Может, побеседуем сначала?
May I interrupt for a moment?
Of course. Did you find the hammer?
Well, not exactly.
It's in my tool chest. You're welcome to take it, as long as you promise not to wreak havoc.
Not me.
Так, док, наверное, то же самое скажет. Ладно, давайте молоток посмотрим. Так, инвертор энергии. Снова.
Aren't you worried he might steal something?
I trust him completely.
Да. Видели бы вы, что у вас за спиной происходит?
Didn't you tell me that he suffers from an exaggerated opinion of himself?
Птичка.
Those
Блин.
days are over. Rufus has learned a lot. He is much more careful than before.
Да ладно. Ой, и как ее освободить же надо?
I hope your young friend doesn't get too close to my John Thomas. The
John
poor
Thomas
thing is
птичку
so
зовут.
small and fragile.
Don't worry. The Rufus I know loves animals. He wouldn't harm the pretty little head of your John Thomas.
Блин, да она живая еще.
And you're sure he won't do anything to my John Thomas?
100%.
Блин, давай забирай уже.
Rufus seems like a brutal thug to me.
Rufus? Brutal? Never.
Давай, давай, блин. В туалет улетела птичка. Так, инвертор энергии. Птичка, блин, ты там как? Жесть.
And you're sure he won't do anything to my John
Я не
Thomas?
сделаю, не сделаю.
100%.
Забирай
All
его.
I'm saying is that he seems very
Вытаскивай.
clumsy.
Блин.
Your fears are
унитаз.
completely groundless. Rufus has become very careful since his last adventure.
Да хватит болтать, дайте птицу достать. А как? Ручка сливать, что ли?
And if he has to use the toilet, then he can do that on the trawler.
Of course, Grandma.
It's just that I have hardly any water left.
Блин.
He's just getting a hammer.
Так а чё он не достанет его? Взял бы, достал. Корпус.
What if he suddenly blows a fuse?
Believe me, those days are over.
Опять током ударит, да? Да. Может сюда вот эту штуку вставить? Электрическую.
If that's all true, then he must have turned himself around 180 degrees.
Да.
That's how it is. As if someone installed a power inverter in him.
Так, теперь...
And he shouldn't give John Thomas too much to drink under any
Ой, сейчас
circumstances.
чувствую, твой Джон Томас уже нахлебался.
Well, if that's all you're worried about,
Something like that can kill a little bird.
Rufus isn't going to
Блин.
drown your bird by accident.
Ну, похоже, только хуже делаем. Что и так оставить, а то мало ли еще хуже получится. Блин, а что теперь делать? Опять током, да? Так, у нас есть кнопка слива и вот кнопка. Слив нажать, наверное, надо.
He would ask before he used my water supply, wouldn't he?
Да, конечно. Давай, давай.
Absolutely.
Вытаскивай.
Good, good. I have to get by on what I have until the end of the month.
Надо было еще отсюда ее достать. Доставай.
Perhaps I'm worrying unnecessarily. After all, John Thomas is very good at self-defense.
Доставай, доставай. Да ты чё, глупая птица?
Oh, Grandma Utz, as if that would be at all necessary.
Блин. А это что за кнопка? Ее нажать? Не-не-не-не. Нет? Фу. Я думала, сейчас птицу сожрут. Так, что тут еще есть? А, молоток. Вот он как раз.
I just hope he doesn't turn my whole house upside down.
А птицу он что, так и бросил?
He's just getting a hammer.
Ой.
How much damage could he possibly do?
Действительно, всего лишь беру молоток, уже столько натворил. Огонь.
Can a person really change so much?
It's very simple. Once burned, twice shy. And Rufus has burned his fingers more than once. He has learned. I would bet the house on it.
Ой, я бы на твоем месте не была бы так уверена в Руфусе. Так, что тут еще? Все это какого? Огонь. И птичка не дается, и все. Тут нету больше ничего. Мгм. Кнопка эта не работает, ну и слава богу. Давайте их сдохнем.
May I interrupt for a moment?
Of course. Did you find the hammer?
Well, not exactly.
It's in my tool chest. You're welcome to take it, as long as you promise not to wreak havoc.
Not me.
Да-да. О, мы скатерть подобрали. Давайте тушить.
Will you promise me that he won't try to knock me out with a blunt instrument to steal my things?
Not Rufus. When I met him, he may have been a bit crude and sometimes even disrespectful. But at heart, he's a very good boy.
Нет, самое никак. Не, ну сюда глупо, конечно.
So he's more...
Yes, he's finally started learning from his mistakes.
Так, ну остается птица.
You
Не знаю, зачем
almost
птицы.
have me convinced, but there is one thing that
Скатерть.
still worries me. He had better not clog my garbage disposal. The blades are so sharp. Things are always getting caught in there.
Oh, Grandma, you worry about the silliest things.
Да.
If you promise me that he will be careful, then everything is all right. just as long as nothing happens to my John Thomas.
Promise.
Нет. Птичка все? Да ладно.
Then I should apologize. I
Блин.
suppose your Rufus really must have improved.
Не-не-не-не-не. Она все. Птичка все. Ой, птичку жалко. Да уж. Мне кажется,
Well, what do you know? Here it is.
Have you
можно
found it
было
at last?
обойтись и без такого. в этой игре.
Yeah, sure.
It certainly took you long enough. I hope you didn't leave a mess.
Me? No way. But enough chit-chat. Bozo's waiting.
Just relax, Rufus. It's not like anything's on fire.
Yeah,
Спокойно.
exactly. Exactly.
Надо валить побыстрее.
By the way, what's that funky smell? Rufus, have you gone completely off the deep end? You almost set Grandma Utz's heart on fire.
All for a good cause.
You committing suicide?
No, I'm traveling to Elysium.
But Rufus, we've been through all that. I thought you would finally become reasonable.
Become reasonable? I am reasonable. And that's exactly why my plan is gonna work this time.
What plan are you talking about?
Well, what does it look like?
It looks like a madman's attempt to refute the principle of action and reaction.
Close enough.
Goodness gracious me.
As soon as I step on these bellows, the cork will hit the 3 targets one by one. In a spectacular chain reaction, this will cause the rockets to be lit and the safety rope to be cut. I have calculated everything. Just watch and learn. Oh, and keep away from the falling blade if you want to hold on to your fingers.
Так. Ну вот. Очередная конструкция Руфуса. Сумасшедшая, я бы сказала. Ладно, давайте ее испробуем в следующей серии. Так, ну такое начало, конечно, забавное. Неплохое. Единственное, с птичкой перебор. Перебор с птичкой. Да, можно было бы как-нибудь это избежать. Ладно, на этом все. С вами была Марина. Всем спасибо за просмотр. Всем пока.